Attention, Star Cadets! Stand by for action! Captain Paxar says prepare to travel time and soar through space while facing the worst villains of the past and the future. Stand by for Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour.
Greetings, Star Cadets! I am Captain Paxar, speaking to you from the secret headquarters of the Interdimensional Peace Force. Today's mission is as follows. Our brave comrade, Flash Gordon, has been sent to a mysterious planet to investigate the loss of an Earth expedition. Stand by for action as Flash Gordon travels to the planet of death.
The planet Tarset, silent, inhabited only by shadows of a civilization long dead. A planet where life of every kind has departed.
We must use Tarset, Commander Richards. There is no other planet on which we can conduct our negative gravity experiments.
There must be another place. Tarset is out.
Tarset is deserted. We can set up our experimental equipment using robot mechanisms and gauge the impulse reactions by electronic equipment set up in the Sky Flash.
I'm fully aware of the importance of your work, Dr. Zarkov, but you'll have to find another planet that will do as well as Tarset.
There is none to our knowledge. I told you that before. Tarset is ideal.
Well, then you'll have to find some place that's not so ideal. Tarset will not be used.
But why? Will you please tell me why?
You don't know what just happened to the exploratory mission we sent to Tarset?
No. I've been in my mountain lab completely out of touch with things. What happened?
Well, we'll soon know the details. All I've had up to now are fragmentary reports, but even from them I'd be a murderer if I let you go.
Flash Gordon is here, sir, with Dr. Jervis of the Tarset expedition.
Good. Send them in at once. Now we'll get the full story. I'm so sorry, Dr. Jervis. Can I get you something?
I don't think he's strong enough to answer any questions right now, Commander. Ever since he landed his spaceship, he's been hysterical. We did what we could to calm him down, but...
This is Dr. Jervis, one of the scientists we sent on the exploratory mission to Tarset.
Jervis? Of course.
You know him?
By reputation only. I'm familiar with his treatise on astrohydraulics. Remember, Dale?
Oh, that's right, Doctor. He's in a state of complete nervous shock.
Well, Dr. Jervis, what happened up there? I'm Dr. Zarkov. What happened on Tarset? Where are the others who went with you?
Dead. All dead.
How? What happened? Speak up, man. What happened?
I'm afraid he won't be able to answer any more questions, Doctor. He's completely...
No. It's important that they know. I'll do my best. Don't send anyone there. You'll murder every man you send to Tarset.
What kind of nonsense is this?
Nonsense? You call it nonsense when your own companions are stricken before your very eyes? When suddenly they are dead? For no reason, for no cause, except a curse.
A curse? What curse?
curse of Belphegor. It strikes in silence. It will kill anyone who sets foot on that horrible planet. It didn't kill you. My escape is a miracle. Just a miracle.
Perhaps you'd better tell us exactly what happened.
Yes. Yes, I will. There were 4 of us in that expedition. 4 of us who landed on Tarset.
There was Williams, leader of our company, an outstanding physicist. Leclerc, astrochemist. Bending, our engineer. And myself. Our landing on Tarset was easy enough. We made our way to a structure that we had seen from the spaceship. It was the only building not in utter ruins. Inside, we made our way along a corridor, the sides thick with dust, and all around there was the horrible feeling of death. We reached a bend in the corridor, and like an invisible hand had grabbed us, we stopped, afraid to make the turn. Williams finally had the courage to go on. I wanted to turn and run back to the ship. I'd never known fear like that, even when I knew what I feared. Finally, one by one, we followed him. Williams saw it first. Belphegor, ancient god of Tarset. Its face looked as if it had been carved out of a solid block of evil. And then we heard its voice.
I am Belphegor. Know all ye who trespass upon my tomb, that upon ye shall rest my curse forevermore.
The voice. That horrible voice. I still hear it. Williams walked towards the idol on the throne. Then suddenly, a blinding light shot down upon him, shooting from its single eye. He fell. Leclerc ran to help him, and the light caught him. Bending and I stood horrified. They were dead. So we turned, we ran, as if evil on the wing were after us. We ran. I heard Bending running behind me. Suddenly he screamed. I looked back. The light had him. He fell towards me. I just ran on.
A terrifying experience.
Don't send anyone to that planet. It's cursed.
Ridiculous. We must use Tarset for our negative gravity experiments.
Aren't we sticking our necks out? If what happened to him happened to us,
we have no choice. The threat to our galaxy from the people of Eben has never been so serious as it is now. Our only defense will be negative gravity.
find some other place for the experiments.
There is no other place. Tarset is the one astrographical location where the repelling force of negative gravity is effective in relation to Earth. Besides, who believes this business of idols and strange curses? It's superstitious rot.
I saw it.
You'll have a chance to see it again. I'm going to Tarset.
I'm with you, Doctor.
Dale?
I'm ready to start right now.
Well, Dr. Jeffers, we can make it without you, but if you'll come along as our guide, we can save much valuable time.
No, I can't.
The defense of the galaxy depends upon it. Everything we have, our civilization, our science, everything will be wiped out if the people of Eben are victorious. How can you refuse?
No, of course you're right. I can't refuse. I'll go along with you to Tarset.
Good. Prepare the flight plans, will you, Commander? We'll be off in 48 hours. Come on, Dale. Doctor? Invasions from Eben. Idols. Strange voices and strange lights.
You think anybody will believe that stuff, Doctor? Idols, curses? Rot. How can you, a trained scientist, believe it? A man believes what he sees. And I have seen these things. So will you.
Please don't enter. We'll never get out alive.
You did the last time. Maybe we'll be as lucky.
Let's go, Doctor. Don't! Please stop here before we all die.
Who's this, Bending? Just as he fell. Williams and McCloud? Yes.
I am Belphegor.
The voice!
Know all ye who trespass upon my tomb, that upon ye shall rest my curse forevermore.
One step out there and you're dead.
Oh, we've got to help him.
There's nothing you can do. Nothing.
Professor Capt! Professor Capt, it's the time! Let me out! Let me out!
All right, Professor Jettis. If you ever expect to get out of here alive, start telling the truth.
The truth? What are you talking about? You saw.
I saw plenty. Enough to know that you've been lying from the word go.
I haven't.
Tell the truth. What's it all about?
I don't know. The curse of Belphegor.
Kind of a moron do you take me to be, Jettis? Curses, idols. The next thing you'll be screaming about will be witches riding around on brooms. You're lying.
No.
You said Benning was killed while running down the corridor with you. But when we found him, his head was towards the idol. He wasn't killed while running away. He was killed before he ever got there. Why did you lie about that?
I didn't.
All three were killed, but you were allowed to escape. Why?
I don't know.
You do know. Tell me the truth.
I won't tell you anything. Let me out. Let me out. It's I, Professor Capt. Let me out.
At ease, Star Cadets! Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour will be back in a moment! Stand by for action, Star Cadets! We now return to Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour!
Let me out! The walls! They're coming in to crush us!
Now will you tell the truth? They're going to kill you along with the rest of us.
No, they can't. They promised to save me.
Who promised?
The men of Evan. They trapped us in the temple. They told us to help them or die. Williams, Leclerc, Bendy chose death.
Why is Tarset so important to them?
For the invasion. It's coming in this direction. They want to use Tarset as a staging area for that final assault upon Earth.
You betray your galaxy like that. And worse, watch your friends die while you agreed to help their killers.
I don't know. You're crazy. They offered me money, power, and chance to be recognized as a great scientist. I was. I'm afraid. I'm afraid to die.
You think you have a right to live?
Save me. I'm sorry, save me.
Talk to the walls, Jealous. Maybe they'll hear you. Call on Belphegor. Maybe he'll listen.
The flat Tarset, a dead, desolate world long deserted by its people. Here in the crumbling temple of Belphegor, the mystic god of death, while Flash fights for his life, Dale and Dr. Zarkov are desperately trying to avoid the touch of the lethal ray emanating from the single eye of Belphegor. In a cell nearby, Flash and the traitor Jeebus, an Earth scientist who sold out to the people of Evan, are trapped between two slowly moving walls that threaten to crush them at any moment.
A miracle. A miracle.
No miracle, Jealous. The walls are so dry and crumbling that the pressure from the moving wall pulverized them. The whole temple is ready to fall.
What are you going to do with me now?
Right now, I'm interested in Dale and Dr. Zarkov, not you. Who else is on this planet besides us?
Mesman. Who's he? A man from Evan. One of their intelligence agents. The one who bribed me.
How many with him?
I don't know. Some. Maybe 3, 4.
What's behind it all?
I told you. They want to use this planet to spearhead an invasion on our galaxy.
When? When will it begin?
Soon. That's all I know. Soon. I was crazy. I didn't know why I did it.
Come in, Dr. Zarkov. And bring your charming companion. Come in. I am Meston. I am Chief of Intelligence to His Exalted Mightiness Draco, ruler of Evan.
Evan?
Yes, Evan. You are an unexpected prize, Dr. Zarkov. I hardly expected so impressive a bag to fall into my net.
I'm easily bored with second-rate theatrics. So why not get to the point?
Point 1. Don't look for help from Flash Gordon. He and that idiot Jebov are dead. By my hand. I have spared your life, Dr. Zarkov, up to this point, because you can be of use to my sovereign.
My services are expensive.
You can name any price. The information we want is worth it.
And the information?
Complete plans and details of the negative gravity force you have developed. And you must give us the method to combat it. We must know how to smash through it so we can land our forces on Earth.
And if I refuse?
You will watch Miss Arden slowly and painfully put to death. Well, Dr. Zarkov, what is your answer?
His answer is no.
But Dale...
My life against the millions they could take on Earth? We have no choice, Doctor.
We'll see how brave you are, Zarkov, while you watch her slow destruction. The death eye of Belphegor will bring you Earthlings to your knees. Take them to the pillars.
Sorry, Jill.
I can't say I'm not scared.
Your scientific mind, Dr. Zarkov, won't accept the preposterous idea of an idol possessing a lethal curse.
The curse of Belphegor is man-made. It's a lethal weapon, not a curse.
You have seen the result?
Obviously, you have a paralysis ray machine set into the idol's head.
Quite right. A paralysis ray machine whose controlled ray cuts through organic matter, destroying the millions of nerves, eating its way deep into the very nerve centers until total paralysis is achieved.
You're a fiend.
Not by choice. This is war.
Dale, I can't let them do it.
You must.
I can't.
You must. And you will.
Your last chance, Zarkov. Think. Can you stand there and watch her shrivel slowly? The instant I lower this lever, deterioration begins.
He's not going to tell you anything, so turn on your ray. Get it over with. Stop talking, turn it on!
Very well. But only a few degrees at first, so you can feel its power.
Dale.
Swear to me, Dr. Zarkov, you won't tell them.
No.
Swear it.
All right.
You barely felt anything. Now let us see how brave you are, Miss Arden.
You, Gordon! God, help me! Flash! The ray machine, turn it off! You'll kill us both.
Untie them.
We'll die, just as they did.
You exaggerate, Mesden.
What?
Untie them.
Flash, how did you figure...
Okay, Dale. I heard him say the ray penetrates organic matter, so I slipped my watch glass over the lens of the machine. Stopped the ray dead.
That was quick thinking.
Yeah, we've got to get out of here.
Where's Professor Jevons?
I don't know. He sold out to Evan, led us into this trap.
It's hard to believe that.
That's true. He admitted it to me. We've got to get back to the Sky Flash and notify Commander Richards immediately. The invasion is about to begin.
Stand where you are. Don't make a move.
Hey, little Draco!
Who are these Earthlings?
They are those who would stand against your exalted mightiness. Flash Gordon, Dale Arden, and the bearded one is Dr. Zarkov.
So, I know of them. Whosoever shall stand between Draco and his destiny shall be ground into dust. Guards!
Was able to topple over that huge ice. How could he? Where did he get the strength?
Sometimes a man finds strength within himself he didn't know was there. Professor Jarvis saw his chance and found the power to balance his books. With a little to spare. Flash Gordon and Sky Flash 2 calling Commander Richards of GBI headquarters on Earth.
Flash Gordon calling Commander Richards.
Richards here. Flash, I've been on tenterhooks waiting for your report.
I'll give you all the details as soon as we land, Commander. In the meantime, you can call off all emergency defensive measures as far as an invasion from Evan is concerned. There will be no invasion. Draco, tyrant of Evan, is dead.
Flash, are you sure? This is tremendous news.
When you release the news, Commander, one thing you must do.
Flash, what is it?
Be sure that all credit is given to Professor Jarvis, a great patriot who sacrificed his life in the service of his galaxy. Skyflash 2 signing off. The truth will be our secret. Ready for takeoff. Chart a course for home, will you, Dale?
Home it is.
Star Cadets, the first phase of our mission was a rousing success. Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour will be back in a moment. Do you love horror, science fiction, B-movies, horror hosts, old-time radio, just plain spooky stuff? Then you should sign up at patreon.com/Lord Blooddraw. You'll be supporting the production of Lord Bloodraw's Nerve-Wrackin' Theater, presenting the best, worst, and wildest horror films ever made. Lord Bloodraw's Nerve-Wrackin' Auditorium, featuring the best of old-time radio horror. Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour, showing classic 1950s sci-fi shows for Star Cadets of all ages. Plus, you'll get exclusive access to bonus content like Behind the Curtains of the Nerve-Wrackin' Auditorium, a deep dive into radio horror. Lord Bloodraw's B-movie reviews, a look at a classic low-budget drive-in feature, and much more. Sign up today at patreon.com/Lord Blooddraw for the love of horror.
Welcome back, Star Cadets. I, Captain Paxar, will now brief you on the second phase of our mission. Scott McCloud, aka Space Angel, and the crew of the Starduster encounter a planet under the tyrannical rule of the Spartanians. Stand by for action as Space Angel struggles to free the slave world.
Blast off for another exciting adventure in outer space with Scott McCloud, Space Angel, in the story of The Slave World. As you know, every 30 years, these two planets orbit through our galaxy. And for a couple of months, we get a fairly good look at them.
I remember them, Chief. They move in a contrary orbit to the rest of our planets.
Exactly. And since the development of this new telescope, we've had a chance to get a closer picture of these babies. There's every reason to believe that both of these planets are in...
What strange-looking stars.
Not stars, Crystal. Spacecraft. Like saucers.
Saucers like we used to see from Earth?
Yes, and they undoubtedly came from this smaller planet. Scott, I want you to go there, and if you find intelligent beings, invite them to join the Interplanetary Council.
We'll take off immediately.
Oh, darn, there goes my hair appointment.
Maybe they have beauty parlors out there, Crystal.
Oh, Taurus.
Planet's dead ahead, Skipper.
Oxygen indicator positive. They have an atmosphere.
Reverse G seats. Stand by for entry.
Scott, the little planet has a volume equal to Earth's moon.
Radiation is high, but safe.
Firing retro rocket. Reversing ship for landing. Not a sign of life.
What did you expect, a welcoming committee?
Sure is quiet out there. We better take our blasters, Skipper, just in case.
Let's go down and take a look around.
It sure doesn't look inhabited to me.
Scott, look! A flying saucer.
Say the word, lad, now.
Hold your fire, Taurus. We come as friends from the outer galaxy.
Welcome to Utopia. We were expecting you. I am known as Ito. We are to take you to Sesam, our ruler.
Thank you. We're anxious to meet with him.
They look just like we do.
Come. We will take you in our surface craft.
How far is it to your city?
It is not far. Soon we will go underground and transfer to the tube.
What is the tube, Ito?
The tube is our underground transportation. All of our cities are underground. We have arrived. This is our Capitol building. Sesam awaits you.
And so, on behalf of the Interplanetary Council, we're pleased to invite your planet as a full member, to be governed by its laws and share in its benefits.
If only we could, Commander. Unfortunately, we have no control of our affairs. Utopia is a slave state.
Slave state? In this day and age?
Well, we'll fix that.
No, my friends. It cannot be fixed. Our very existence is controlled by Spartania.
What great power does Spartania have over the planet Utopia to keep it a slave planet? And how will Scott be able to help? Don't miss the next exciting episode of Space Angel. Blast off for another exciting adventure in outer space with Scott McCloud, Space Angel, in the story of The Slave World. Remember last time, Scott, Crystal, and Taurus blasted off in the Starduster for 2 small planets that orbit through our galaxy once every 30 years. They landed on the smaller planet and started exploring when a flying saucer appeared. The friendly pilot, Ito, took them underground to Sesam, the ruler of Etopia, who explained that Etopia was a slave to its planet, Spartania.
What power do the Spartanians have over your people?
Many centuries ago, the Spartanians declared war on us. Because we were a peace-loving people, we were not prepared to defend ourselves.
They orbited megatomic ray stations around our planet.
Observe the view screen.
They can activate the ray stations at will, contaminating our atmosphere.
Of all the dirty tricks.
In all these years, why haven't you contacted us for help?
We tried on several occasions. We sent out our saucers. Let me show you.
We had hoped to find a civilization more highly developed than our own, who could help us resolve our interplanetary dispute. But a horrible sight awaited us when we arrived at your Earth. We found you Earthlings engaged in primitive battles among yourselves. That was the First World War.
Oh, how terrible.
Many years passed before we again sent saucers to your world.
World War II.
Seems pretty ridiculous, doesn't it? But there were intervals of peace between these conflicts.
That may well be.
We never attempted to contact you again. We have accepted our fate.
But that was a long time ago.
That's right. Wars have been outlawed in our solar system. In fact, the whole galaxy.
That's right, Season. We now have the Interplanetary Space Council to enforce peace. And I can assure you it has the power to do so.
No, my friend. We cannot risk it. Spartania could destroy us in a matter of hours.
The Spartans are here. What shall we do?
Prepare for tribute.
Tribute? What tribute?
Whenever they ask, we must pay tribute to the Spartanians.
Let us go to the surface, and you may see for yourselves.
Is this the tribute you must pay? Your own people?
Yes, Scott.
How barbaric.
All must take their turns at serving the Spartanians.
I wouldn't submit to slavery. Why don't you fight them?
That would not be very utopian.
This is the only way our race can survive.
Remember, the Spartanians could suffocate our planet in a matter of hours if they chose to do so.
I think it's time we paid a visit to these Spartanians.
No, my friend, you must not go there. The Spartanians are not to be trifled with.
Well, now, we didn't intend to trifle with them.
Scott, the saucer's blasting off.
So are we, Chris. Just as soon as we can get back to the Starduster. We'll put a stop to this nonsense once and for all.
Can Scott, Crystal, and Taurus free the small planet of Etopia from slavery? Don't miss the next exciting episode of Space Angel.
At ease, Star Cadets! Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour will be back in a moment! Stand by for action, Star Cadets! We now return to Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour!
Blast off for another exciting adventure in outer space with Scott McCloud, Space Angel, in the story of The Slave World. Last time, Cecum, the ruler of Utopia, explained to Scott, Crystal, and Taurus how the neighboring planet Spartania orbited megatomic rays around the small planet. As they were talking, the Spartanians' spacecraft landed. Those Utopians chosen to serve as slaves file on board to be taken to Spartania. Scott, Chris, Taurus blasted off for the neighboring planet.
We're in free flight. This is going to be a short run.
Old Cecum was sure upset about our going to Spartania.
I guess he has good reason to be upset. The Spartanians must be terrible people. Can you imagine a slave state in the 21st century?
There it is, altering course for orbital approach. Guess I better radio in for landing instructions. Spartan Control, this is the Starduster from the United Planets Outer Galaxy, requesting permission to land.
I wonder if they'll let us.
Starduster, this is Spartan Control. Permission denied. You have no official business here.
On the contrary, this is an official visit. We represent the Interplanetary Space Council.
We do not recognize your space council. We are masters of our own affairs. Strongly suggest you turn back.
I wonder if they're as big as they sound.
Starduster to Spartan Control. We're landing. Notify your superiors.
Very well, Starduster. We'll give you a homing beam on Interstellar Channel. Stay on the beam. Your ship will be covered by disintegrating rays at all times.
Well, now, that's what I call a friendly invitation.
Stand by for vertical landing. Extend landing legs.
Landing legs extended.
So far, so good.
Crystal, you stay aboard. We'll keep our intercom open to the Starduster's frequency. If we get in trouble, you'll know it. And contact the Space Force for help.
Right, Scott.
Skipper, here comes a surface craft.
Let's go out and meet it.
No driver. Must be remote controlled.
Well, hop aboard, Taurus.
The invaders will please follow the blinker guides to the conference room.
Invaders? That must mean us, Skipper.
I suppose it does, Taurus. Let's go. Well, here we are.
What a place to throw a ball. These are the terrible Spartanians? I was expecting men.
They may be physically weak, but remember their strength and intelligence.
Well, intruders, state your business. What does your Space Council want of us?
We've come to invite you to join the Interplanetary Space Council. However, we must protest your practice of forced servitude.
We have no interest in your Space Council. By what right do you interfere with our affairs?
For the right of individual freedom and equality.
Spartania recognizes only the power of the superior mind.
If it's power you respect, the Space Council has plenty of that, too.
In other words, you intend to force us to give up our slaves?
The decision to use force is not up to me. But we certainly must report to the Space Council what we found here.
Fools, I can destroy you with a touch of my finger.
That's perhaps. But you'd have the whole galaxy to answer to.
Huh. Very well. We accept the challenge.
Oh, no! Mayday! Mayday! Stardust are calling Space Control. Come in, please. Oh!
You will turn off the communicator and come with me, Earth creature.
Did the Space Control Center receive Crystal's message? Or are Scott, Taurus, and Crystal completely cut off from outside help? Don't miss the next exciting episode of Space Angel! Blast off for another exciting adventure in outer space with Scott McCloud, Space Angel, in the story of The Slave World. Last time, Scott, Crystal, and Taurus landed on the planet Spartania. Leaving Crystal aboard the Starduster, Scott and Taurus went to find the ruler. Scott protested the Spartanian practice of slavery against the planet Utopia. As they were about to leave, the ruler paralyzed Scott and Taurus with a ray beam. Crystal, aboard the Starduster, sent an emergency call, but she was captured before the call was completed.
I suppose I have no choice, little man, since you have a weapon and I am defenseless.
Precisely. And it is my intention that you remain defenseless. Now let's join your friends.
Yes, Chief, I'm sure it was the Starduster. She said Mayday twice, then the emergency homing signal.
Send a squadron from Pluto to investigate.
Right, Chief.
I think that should be enough.
Skipper, I can't move.
I can't either, Taurus. It was some kind of paralyzer ray.
Just temporarily, so that you will see the hopelessness of your situation. The full power would have made you permanently immobile.
We're not entirely without resources ourselves.
Is that so? Can you turn your heads yet? We have the other member of your crew. She was trying to communicate with her people, Excellence. I suspected as much. We Spartanians are not easily fooled.
And what do you intend doing with us?
With proper discipline, you might become good slaves. Toth, take them to their quarters. Did you get a message through to the Space Force, lass?
I didn't have a chance, Taurus, but I switched on the emergency homing signal.
And there's probably a squadron on the way out here now.
Skipper, they won't know what to expect. They could fly right into a trap.
Exactly. The Spartanians can activate those ray stations and wipe them out, along with the planet Utopia.
Then we've got to get to a radio and warn them. But how?
Scott McCloud.
Cecil.
What are you doing here? Never mind that. I've been thinking. You have been risking your lives to help free my people.
That's our job, Cecil.
I know. And I owe it to my people to help you if I can.
Do you have a service craft we can use?
Yes, I have. But how will you get out? I have no weapon.
I think we can manage it. How about it, Taurus?
Shouldn't be too difficult. Just stand back, Cecil.
What's he going to do? They took all our weapons.
Not all of them, Chris. We still have Taurus strength.
What tremendous strength.
Let's go.
You have a fix on the Starduster signal yet? Triangulation fixes the Starduster in the area of the twin planets. Base Force 1 to Squadron. Our destination seems to be in the area of the twin planets. Stay tight and keep your eyes open.
Stay out of sight till we get through the city.
We will.
Don't worry.
All clear. So far, so good.
You know where our ship is, Cecil?
Yes, I know.
I will take you to it.
Scott, we'll never get off the ground. Your surface rays will blast us if we attempt to take off.
Not if we can knock out the ray stations before we blast off.
First, we've got to find them.
I know where all their installations are. Our people had to build them.
That's great, Cecil. If you'll point them out to us, we'll do the rest.
We are nearing your ship.
Set down where there's cover.
Your Excellence, the prisoners have escaped. The fools. They can't get off this planet. Notify all stations to shoot them on sight. What about their ship, Excellence? Cross the disintegrator beams over their ship. If they try to take off, their ship will become their tomb.
What will happen when the Starduster blasts off into the disintegrator beams? Can Scott's plan possibly work? Don't miss the next exciting episode of Scott McCloud, Space Angel.
Blast
blast off for another exciting adventure in outer space with Scott McCloud, Space Angel, in the story of The Slave World. Last time, Scott, Taurus, and Crystal escaped from the Spartan dungeon and headed back toward the Starduster with Sesam. The Spartans, meanwhile, had crossed disintegrator rays over the ship, so that if they tried to off, they would be destroyed.
You know where the ray stations are that would be covering our ship?
That strange-looking tower across the valley is one.
Its ray is invisible. You cannot tell with the eye whether it is on or not.
There's another one on the opposite side of the valley.
I see. They've really got us boxed in.
That's why they landed us in this valley. This is as close as we dare get with a saucer. You'd better take it from here on foot.
Thanks, Sesam. If we make it, we'll be back with our Space Force.
Thank you, my friends. I must get back now before I'm missed.
I've got a definite fix on the Starduster homing signal. It's coming in from the larger planet. Keep trying to reach them. Aye, aye.
Ready, gang?
Aye, Skipper.
Right, Scott. Should I radio the Space Force?
No, Chris. If we started broadcasting, the Spartanians would know we're here and blast us before we could get a message off.
I can see the rays crossed over us on the infrared detector. I wonder why they haven't blasted our ship.
Either they don't know we've escaped yet, or they're just waiting for us to fly into the ray on liftoff.
We'll blast them on liftoff, right, Skipper?
Right. We don't want to give them time to put any other rays into action.
Sounds like awful close timing. I hope we make it.
Stand by for blastoff.
Hold her steady.
Now!
Good shooting, Taurus.
Starduster, this is Space Force One. Come in, please.
There they are.
Chris, switch me to the Space Force channel. Space Force One. This is Starduster. Over.
Skipper, I've got him. Starduster, this is Space Force One. What's the trouble?
Space Force One, this is Starduster. I have a target for you. There are 8 megatomic ray stations orbiting the small planet of Utopia. They must be knocked out. Use caution. They can be activated at any time. Try to hit them simultaneously. I'll keep them occupied down below.
Roger, Starduster. We'll be in your area in 2 space units.
Here they come.
Chris, stand by to launch the Space Star. I'm going below.
Space Force One to all ships. Arm your rockets. Split and attack.
I'll take the one onto starboard.
Roger, Captain. Boy, these things really go off with a bang. Just like the 4th of July. Like shooting fish in a barrel.
Your Excellence, spacecraft are destroying our ray stations.
Blast them with the surface rays.
Skipper, the ray station got 2 of our ships.
I'll get it. Blast off.
Scott dives down into the Utopia atmosphere to blast the ray station.
Watch out for that surface ray.
I got it, Taurus.
Good work, Skipper.
All orbiting ray stations knocked out. Any further orders?
Move in and secure. And thanks, Space Force.
I don't know how to thank you for securing the freedom of our people.
It's our privilege. Freedom is one thing that's always worth fighting for. Make sure you never lose it again.
We won't, Scott. The freedom that you and your brave friends have won for us will never be lost.
Speaking of freedom, how about a leave, Skipper?
Yes, I need time to get my hair done.
To a woman, there's nothing more important than her hair.
And so ends the adventure of The Slave World. Don't miss the next exciting story of Space Angel.
Great job, Star Cadets! The Captain will debrief you in a moment when Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour returns!
Mission accomplished, Star Cadets! You've all served with valor and honor. Flash Gordon, Space Angel, and I, Captain Paxar of the Interdimensional Peace Force, salute you. You may now stand down until we meet again at the appointed time coordinates when we will again undertake a daring mission through time and space. Until then, Star Cadets, always remember, keep the peace.